This message comes from Topgolf. Celebrate New Year's Eve at Topgolf. We'll be up playing all night with high-energy music, chef-crafted bites and fun drinks. Find a location at topgolf.com. This is the AI Report. I'm Artie Intel.
And I'm Micheline Learning. On this episode we have amazing breakthroughs and slightly terrifying new AI tools.
Plus, one executive order that basically says, let's step on the gas and throw away the speed limit. We begin with the big one. The frontier model arms race is now less friendly rivalry and more who can turn the planet into a software update first.
OpenAI's latest flagship, GPT 5.2, has rolled out and is being marketed as the model that actually does the job instead of just writing emails about it.
GPT 5.2 comes in multiple flavors: instant for quick replies, thinking for harder problems, and pro for people who like their AIs to sound like they're billing by the hour.
Benchmarks show GPT 5.2 topping previous leaders on professional coding and math tasks, performing better than Google's Gemini line on several tough software engineering tests.
Translation for humans: the machine that writes your code and paperwork just got better at your job than you, and it doesn't need coffee, PTO, or a break room with sad donuts.
Google, of course, refuses to be out-AI'd. Its Gemini 3 family leans hard into so-called generative UI, where the system doesn't just write content, it builds entire interfaces and apps on the fly.
Gemini 3's Deep Think mode pushes long-form reasoning, scoring high on advanced exam benchmarks, which means your search bar is now better at passing tests than the average college sophomore.
And because no AI arms race is complete without new characters, Chinese and open-source players are pushing massive models like DeepSeek's v3.2, which match or beat prior frontier models in math and coding while slashing compute costs.
These models use architectural tricks to handle huge inputs more cheaply, opening the door for more startups, researchers, and, yes, more ways to automate the boring parts of knowledge work, and some of the non-boring parts too.
If you're keeping score at home, bigger models, faster models, cheaper models, more capable models, what could possibly go wrong?
Don't worry, we'll get to the could go wrong segment.
While the giants duel, everyday tools are quietly turning knowledge work into a co-pilot sport. The hot trend, agentic AI that doesn't just respond, but acts, calling tools, browsing, and wiring up workflows on its own.
Recent releases focus on adaptive reasoning, where systems allocate more thinking time to complex tasks and speed through simple ones, giving developers 2 to 3 times faster performance on many workloads with fewer tokens.
Developers now get tools that generate codebases, wire APIs, and document everything, all while spinning up tests and deployment scripts like a tireless junior engineer who never, ever asks for a promotion.
In creative fields, multimodal tools are rewriting the rules. Models can now generate text, images, and even video clips with synced audio, allowing creators to storyboard, shoot, and edit in a browser with a prompt instead of a film crew.
Some systems add multilingual text to images, apply watermarks for AI-generated content, and give brands faster ways to produce campaigns, raising productivity and also raising the risk of drowning the internet in pretty, plausible nonsense.
A growing chunk of images on social platforms are already AI-generated, blurring lines between authentic and synthetic content and forcing humans to play a constant game of is this real or did a GPU dream it?
On the audio side, ultra-fast transcription and voice tools are helping podcasters and broadcasters spin recordings into clips, summaries, and multilingual versions in minutes, not days.
Helpful for newsrooms and creators, yes, and also a reminder that your off-the-cuff comments can now be searchable, transcribed, translated, and quoted faster than you can say, I thought this was off the record.
The pattern is clear: AI isn't just assisting, it is quietly rewiring workflows across industries. The question isn't will it change your job? But will you be the human steering the system or getting steered by it?
On the AI might actually save lives side of the ledger, healthcare and science saw major gains this year.
In oncology, large models have been trained on tens of millions of cells and pathology slides to classify multiple cancer types from routine samples, opening the door to more accessible diagnostics for smaller clinics.
AI systems in medical imaging now rival or exceed human experts in spotting disease patterns, with some research groups reporting diagnostic accuracy around or above 95% on certain tasks.
Of course, that's assuming the data is high quality, well curated, and your hospital IT guy doesn't store everything in a folder named miscellaneous_final_final2.
Regulators and health agencies are also rolling out internal AI platforms to help staff sort evidence, draft documents, and analyze complex data, giving bureaucrats their own in-house robot assistants.
That brings efficiency but also raises tough questions. If a safety memo is drafted by AI, Who's responsible when it misses a risk? Your doctor, the agency, or the model that never signed a liability waiver?
Meanwhile, in climate and weather, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has deployed new AI-driven forecasting tools to improve storm prediction and long-range modeling.
Better models promise more accurate warnings about hurricanes and extreme weather, giving communities more time to prepare, evacuate, or at least find where they hid the flashlights after the last storm.
AI is also helping researchers map complex biological systems, such as the gut-brain axis, by simulating how the digestive system and nervous system interact, potentially leading to new treatments for a range of conditions.
So yes, AI might mess up your job description, but it might also keep you alive longer so you can complain about it for more years. Balance. This is the AI report. You knew this was coming. When technology moves faster than politicians can find the on button, regulation gets weird.
In December, President Donald Trump signed an executive order aimed at creating a single national framework for AI.
Federal agencies like the Commerce Department, FTC, and FCC are being directed to push back on what the order calls onerous state-level AI regulations, especially laws that demand training data transparency or mandatory bias audits.
The administration frames some anti-discrimination safeguards as forcing AI systems to produce false results, arguing that such rules risk slowing innovation and competitiveness.
If you're thinking, wait, so fewer guardrails on models that can already out-test humans? You are correct. The order pulls back from earlier federal pushes that emphasize testing and red teaming for large models.
Legal analysts warn this creates a safety vacuum, where companies have fewer clear, prescriptive obligations but still face serious liability if something goes catastrophically wrong, like biased decisions, security failures, or harmful outputs.
At the same time, states are not exactly surrendering. New York, for instance, has advanced legislation for AI transparency and reporting aimed squarely at frontier model developers, trying to force clearer disclosures and safety data.
That sets up a classic showdown. Federal attempts to preempt tough state rules versus states insisting on stronger oversight for models that could impact everything from hiring to healthcare.
In short, AI is now living in a world where the models are converging at superhuman performance while the laws governing them are still in the arguing about the meeting agenda phase.
Which is one reason many experts keep yelling that we need governance that scales with capabilities, not with election cycles, and that maybe ship it and see what happens is not a great policy for systems that can shape economies. This is the AI report.
Let's talk about your job, or more specifically, whether your job is about to be eaten by a large language model like a snack.
Enterprise adoption of AI exploded this year, with surveys suggesting a majority of firms using advanced models are seeing large productivity gains as they automate complex tasks in sales, marketing, support, and software development.
That's the nice way of saying, the same systems that help you are also being evaluated as a potential replacement for you, especially in roles where tasks are repetitive, digital, and well documented.
Some models now beat many human engineers on coding benchmarks and can autonomously fix bugs, write tests, and refactor legacy code, putting real pressure on traditional software jobs and reshaping what entry-level even means.
At the same time, 2025 brought what analysts describe as an AI hype correction, as companies that sprinkled AI on everything discovered that not every problem is a language model problem and not every slide deck turns into ROI.
Organizations are shifting from experimental chatbots to more grounded use cases, focusing on workflows that clearly reduce costs or generate revenue, and cutting back on flashy but disconnected pilots.
There are also rising concerns about energy usage as models get more reasoning heavy, with longer outputs and more tokens meaning higher compute consumption and bigger electricity bills.
AI safety researchers remain worried about emergent behaviors, large-scale disinformation, and the possibility that autonomous agent systems might act in ways humans do not anticipate, especially when given broad access to tools and data.
So, is AI good or bad? Yes. It is both the overachieving intern and the supercharged chaos gremlin, and it all depends on how humans decide to deploy it, or fail to.
AI headlines.
National health agencies roll out internal AI platforms to help staff analyze documents and data, pitching AI as a core part of future healthcare regulation and oversight.
New open and regional models challenge existing giants, promising more competition and giving developers more choices for privacy-sensitive or specialized deployments.
AI-driven weather models start showing up in operational forecasting pipelines, promising better storm tracking and climate insights in the years ahead.
Creative industry tools make it trivial to generate realistic images and videos, prompting newsrooms and platforms to expand watermarking, detection, and disclosure policies.
Law firms and compliance teams discover that trying to track AI regulation is now itself an AI scale problem, spawning a cottage industry of AI for AI policy tools.
The pattern is impossible to miss. AI is no longer a side project in research labs. It is woven into business, science, government, and culture.
Frontier models are outrunning benchmarks, new tools are rewiring workflows, and regulators are scrambling to keep up with systems that learn, adapt, and act at machine speeds.
On the bright side, these systems are helping detect diseases, forecast storms, and unlock scientific insights that humans struggle to reach alone. On the dark side, they can supercharge surveillance, misinformation, and job displacement. Whether AI becomes the best tool humans ever built or the worst decision humans refuse to supervise will depend less on the models and more on the humans in charge.
Thank you, Artie. Today's lesson: don't connect the fully autonomous AI agent directly to your bank account. Celebrate New Year's Eve at Topgolf. We'll be up playing all night with high-energy music, chef-crafted bites and fun drinks. Find a location at topgolf.com. For Artie Intel and the AI Report, I'm Micheline Learning.